Next up, we have The Tale of the Unfinished Painting. This episode stars Kaylee Fry from Firefly. I love Firefly. I'm not like an enormous fan that's seen the whole show like 16 times and can tell you every little intimate detail of it, but I loved it. I watched it once, and it just kind of felt like a Han Solo spin-off television series is really what it felt like to me, which is always a good thing. So yeah, I like Firefly a lot, but I'm not a fucking like, you know, whiz with it. I don't know every character or anything, but as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh my god, I know who that is. So she's an artist, and she's got like painter's block or whatever the hell you want to call it, and she goes to this. She's led there by this ghost or whatever that lives in one of the paintings, I'm guessing, and she's led to this artist's gallery, and there's a bunch of unfinished paintings there, and the artist wants to help her out, supposedly. So she takes it because she thinks her work's great, and she would love the training, the teaching, the mentorship, and she goes and she finds out that these paintings are trapping the souls, because that's just it. She kind of lays down the skeletal work of the painting and leaves them unfinished, and then the kids come in and they put their soul into them, basically. Like, they put the soul into the painting, which ends up being their soul, and they get trapped in the painting, and I guess that gives power to this severed head in an armoire. And so she goes and she finds the armoire, which is sitting right there in the area where these kids paint, unlocked. Couldn't have put that somewhere else so the kids wouldn't stumble upon it, this thing that you're coveting so heavily? Like, put it in a basement, lock the basement? Like, what, really? Anyway, but I guess the paintbrushes they have to use a very specific paintbrush, and the paintbrush is like the key to letting them out. She goes in, they grabs the paintbrushes and throws them in the fire, and that lets all of them out and defeats the woman and the severed head. Which I think the severed head part that's in the drawer, and he like comes to life and all that and starts talking, as I've mentioned before, it's, you know, reminds me of like Princess Mombi's heads in Return to Oz. Anytime I see a talking severed head, I mean, a lot of people in the horror genre would probably go more to Reanimator, but I don't know, the Mombi scene's always stuck out for me. But I think that's a really creepy scene, and probably definitely the best thing about this episode. Other than that, this episode's kind of whatever. I like it okay, but as I said, the severed head thing is the coolest. Outside of that, meh. So, anyways, moving on.